chance to see what he does in his first debut.
So we take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Jeep. It is the first start for Whitmore for Villanova. On the other side, Kolek, Jones, Mitchell, Prosper, and Iguodaro, who has been Marquette in the baby blue, Villanova in the white. We are ready to go. Big East basketball action. It's become a tradition on New Year's Eve. And these two teams go at it. Todd Gaffney, Lamar Simpson, and Greg Evans are your officials this afternoon.
Marquette does a really good job of changing the size of the court. That's how they get a lot of open shots. Sophomore Stevie Mitchell knocks down the first corner three.
Not surprising at all that Tyler Kolek threw that pass. He's averaging 7.5 assists per game. Whitmore aggressive to the basket.
Well, that's what they want him to do, attack out of the press, and Whitmore certainly has the body and the explosiveness to get to the rim. Good start for the freshman, and when they press Marquette, they're going to try to play fast and get the ball up the court quick.
Marquette's going to try to turn up the speed on this game as best they can. Villanova might be best off trying to slow it down just a bit from that level. Kolek with the backdoor pass. That's good. Position inside for Prosper.
And 2 early assists by Kolek. He's kind of underrated, but he is a really talented point guard. Sees the floor, gets his team organized, and a nice backdoor cut by Prosper for the layup.
And the steal. That's also a signature of a Shaka Smart team. On the drive, Mitchell, the one-hander. Got it.
Mitchell not known for scoring, but coming out of the gate strong, attacking. Nice job attacking the closeout. Mitchell more known for his defense than his offense. 4 quick early points for the sophomore. Defensively, Marquette's going to play man as well. Both teams primarily man, and this Villanova team trying to play through Dixon. He is their main inside threat. Does a good job of handling the double team.
And then lost the basketball on the way back through. Kolek with the feed, and that is going to be a traveling violation, not a foul, but a travel and a turnover for Marquette.
Well, this Marquette team pushes tempo, and that's one of the things Kyle Neptune is really concerned with. As you see the turnover here, nice job by Daniel stepping up. He kind of surprised Iguodaro and caused him to travel, but in terms of pace, Marquette plays faster than Villanova.
Villanova would love to see if they could keep this game around the 70-point mark total for Marquette. That's something that Villanova does well. When they play defense at that level, they generally win. This Marquette team that scores a lot, better than 80 points per game coming in. Whitmore with the shot clock winding down. Got it. So you've seen the inside, you've seen the outside from the freshman.
Well, he's a dynamic athlete, but he's a premier scorer, and he can score the ball inside and out. His versatility is his best asset.
Kolek again brings everybody to him and then throws the beautiful pass. Shot won't go, but another try now for the Golden Eagles. Off the backdoor cut. That'll be another Marquette turnover.
Defensively, if you're Villanova, you got to be really alert because this Marquette team does a nice job of cutting and moving off the ball. As you see, Stevie Mitchell almost was able to get another backdoor cut, and the reason they score 80 points is because they share the ball. They're one of the top assist leaders in the Big East at about 18 a game with 5 double-figure scores.
Villanova, as we said, the slow start to the season, but this guy joined the lineup and a lot of different things changed. He scored all 7.
Well, he's showing us a little bit of everything. The explosiveness, the cutting, the three-point shooting. He's a can't-miss dynamic freshman. There's a great attack right there by Iguodaro. Looked like Whitmore got a piece of that on the block.
So now Villanova comes down with an opportunity to take the lead. And Slater got his man in the air, doesn't get the call. That's Daniels.
This is when Marquette wants to push tempo and get out and run.
Cam Jones has really emerged this year as a scorer for this team. That's another wide open look, but a brick from Stevie Mitchell.
Villanova's okay with Mitchell taking that many shots. They just don't want Cam Jones to get hot. He's their primary scorer, leads them to scoring at about 16 a game. Spacing's so important for Villanova offensively.
Archidiakono. Up and under. He got it changed. Dixon with the putback.
Well, Dixon was able to get that offensive rebound because Iguodaro had to rotate and help. That was created by Arcidiacono's penetration. Even though he missed it, he caused the defense to collapse, allowing Dixon to get a wide open shot. Off the spin, wow. I'm not even sure Jones realized where he was. Oh, he knew. He knew. You watch film of Cam Jones. He makes 1 or 2 circus-type layups a game almost, and it is something that he's very good at. Can use either hand, but very, very adept at finishing around the rim. Daniels wide open, and from right in front of the Marquette bench, drains the 3 to put Villanova up 3. And Dixon's really stepped up in that leadership role, their most vocal guy. And the answer right back again from Mitchell. As we said, just a 23% three-point shooter. You know, some guys get nervous when they play in front of their home crowd. Mitchell, from the Philadelphia area, has 50 family members and friends here today. And he's got to be excited about the way he's come out with the strong offensive start. Yeah, Reading is not a long drive from here. Daniels got stripped. And we've got a whistle. It's going to bring a stoppage of play for the first time this afternoon. They are playing at a quick pace here in this first half. Daniels nailing the 3. And we are at Wildcats here this afternoon. Well, I don't know too many young players that could take 6 weeks off and only practice once and then come right onto the court and immediately have an impact that he's had. And, you know, there's been some ups and downs, but you got to keep in mind, he's just rounding into shape, and he's a can't-miss prospect. He does it all. He's out of the game now. Jordan Longino and Mark Armstrong check in off the timeout. Chase Ross in the ball game now for Marquette. Shot clock winding down. Armstrong can't get it to fall. A big rebound for Iguodaro. Well defended by Marquette. They're doing a good job of keeping Dixon neutralized and not allowing him to post up. Making Villanova a perimeter team so they can't get the paint touches. David Joplin is also checked in. He's a guy who can score in bunches for Marquette. Villanova doing a great job defensively, and Armstrong 3 with the steal. The other freshman, Mark Armstrong from Jersey, does a great job of getting in the passing lanes, athletic. And there's the answer right back again for Marquette. Well, that's why Marquette is such a really well-balanced team. They don't sulk. They get right back to the next play mentality, and Kolek really is the catalyst in terms of pushing that tempo, getting on the board basket. Daniels sees the double team coming. He's in some trouble in the corner. It's going to be a held ball. You see the rotation there by Iguodaro, and he came from the weak side, and here we'll see the deflection by Mark Armstrong. Did a nice job of getting in the gap. And one of the more athletic, explosive guards that have come through this Villanova program. When I talked to Kyle Neptune in the preseason, he said Armstrong physically is probably the best athlete we've had from the guard spot. And they've had some great guards, but not someone that has his kind of quickness, speed, and jumping ability. That was a foul call on Iguodaro. So Villanova keeps with 20 on the shot clock. Villanova's got to move the ball quick because Marquette is doubling from the weak side, and they're usually using Iguodaro with his 6'9" length. How about that? Whitmore can't miss. Draining another one from way outside. He's in a great rhythm right now, playing with a lot of confidence, and Kyle Neptune's got to be happy with Whitmore and the way he's playing within the team. And a foul call. That'll be on Daniels, his first. You know, Prospect helped off a little bit too much, and I'm sure Shaka Smart is going to have to make an adjustment because Whitmore's knocked down 2 threes now. You can't help off Whitmore too much more because the basket is real big for him now. He's in a good rhythm. Really quick release on the shot as well. That's Joplin. And Slater all alone for the rebound for Villanova. See if Villanova can get a paint touch. Everything's been from the perimeter the last couple of minutes. That's a traveling violation as Longino lost his footing. That's something else to keep an eye on. We were seeing it in pregame and in pregame warmups. Some of it has to do with the temperature outside, which is very warm today, and the humidity level.
And they were drying off portions of this court throughout the entire of the pregame.
I think that was more of an effect of Marquette doing a nice job of rotating with the help side defense to close that gap, to not allow Longino to get to the rim.
Again, it's Joplin. Missing from two. His first two, I should say. And Wildcats with a 3-point lead in the basketball. That's Longino. And there's a late call with a foul. Longino got hit after he released the ball by Tyler Kolek, and the whistle came late, but it's going to be 3 shots for Jordan Longino.
Looked like Kolek might have got a part of Longino's elbow on the release, and he tried to close out, but he did get a piece of his hand. Longino goes to the foul line, and this is a young man who's got a world of talent. He just hasn't been healthy, and it goes back to last season when he had knee surgery and missed the tournament run that Villanova went on. Carried over into this preseason where he just didn't get a lot of reps, didn't get a lot of practice time. Just starting to get his rhythm back, but he's been healthy. I mean, he's been unhealthy with knee surgery and in the recovery.
He ended up playing in 26 games last year. As you see, Slater checking back out of the ball game now. Well, Longino did play. He was an energy guy. He was an impact guy. And then, as you said, after he got it going, the knee injury that knocked him out of the run that sent Villanova all the way to the Final Four. And he makes him pay for the 3-shot foul. And it's Villanova by 6 now.
Well, Kyle doesn't play a lot of guys, but certainly Longino is a guy that you can count on when he's healthy. Both ends of the floor with his length, his ability to stretch the floor, and be a guy that can slash and finish around the rim as well. Villanova in the zone now, 2-3 zone. They will mix it up a little bit. They're trying to stifle Marquette and keep them out of the paint.
I was just bringing the ball straight to the hole, but it wouldn't fall. There's a change of possession, so full shot clock for Marquette. Not that they ever really want to use that. Jones running through the lane. Great defense by Armstrong.
Great job, and Armstrong stayed right with Jones and used that jumping ability and timing to get a piece. And Villanova starting to be a little more aggressive on the defensive end with the 6-point lead. Good foot speed here, good hands, and good timing with the block. The freshman making an impact on the defensive end.
To be clear, we have never...
Don't just do it all in the half court. They play up tempo. They get out, the rim running of Iguodaro. Shaka Smart is known as a guy, a coach that continues to push tempo, and get up and down. That's what they want to do.
Shaka Smart's team has missed their last 4 shots. They haven't scored in just over 2 minutes. And this is what we were talking about. Drying off those areas of the floor where there's a little bit of condensation, and a lot of it has to do with the weather situation in the greater Philadelphia area right now. Unseasonably warm this afternoon.
You got to be careful. Got to keep that floor dry, and guys are flying all over the place.
Especially the way these two teams play. In and out, and a rebound uncontested for Whitmore.
Whitmore will push off the miss as well. You get a chance to have some freedom in this Villanova system and show your full skill set, which is why Whitmore came to this program.
Armstrong found his way to get in the shoulders square, and now off the loose ball. Here comes Marquette. Jones squared up for a 3. And right now a lid on the basket.
Nobody crashing the glass for Marquette. They're more concerned with getting back and building their half-court defense. There's a turnover there by the freshman Whitmore, one of the few mistakes we've seen today.
Villanova leads this all-time series 27-14. But here's an interesting one for you. 19 of the last 20 times they've played, Villanova's been in the top 15 in the country, including 4 times when they were the #1 team in the country.
Last year, Marquette flipped the script and came in here and got a win off of Justin Lewis, who's now in the NBA's jump shot.
And that one almost brought rain for Cam Jones, who finally gets to the scoring column.
Super talented player, unlimited potential. He's a natural scorer. And he is a guy that really paces them with his ability to stretch the floor, a lefty, crafty around the rim, and don't let him get hot.
Whitmore was trying to do a lot on that. Ended up drawing the foul.
I just think Whitmore is just tapping his potential. And he's a guy who you see here, little handoff and another assist by Kolek, and Jones, his backcourt mate, knocks it down. But Whitmore is a guy that just commands so much attention. And at 6'7", the body, the strength, and explosiveness, he's not going to just sit back and just let you dictate what he wants to do. He's going to force the action within the team concept, and I'm really impressed the way he's come out so far in his first half.
You got to be thinking that when they give him that much attention, it's going to free somebody else up, and that's how Villanova likes to play. Great seal and pass to the inside by Daniels for the two by Dixon.
And Daniels had the angle to put the ball in Dixon's hands where only he could catch it and finish it. Dixon's known for having good hands and very good around the rim. Kolek is constantly probing with that dribble, trying to get in the paint.
Oh my, great look. And a chance at a three-point play for Marquette.
Great pass and also a great cut by Prospect, who has the chance to be a 3-and-D guy on the next level. Kolek always looking up ahead and just throws the defense with the no-look pass. Prospect.
He is a prospect, isn't he?
Awfully good. I talked to Shaka Smart last night, and he told me that Omac's Prospect is one of a couple guys, him and Prosper, that is on the NBA radar, and it's not surprised. Prosper is 6'8", long, more than just a jump shooter, can guard multiple positions. He's got the physical skill set and size to be a 3-and-D guy on the next level.
And again, we're watching a lot of development for young players who are kind of coming into their own for Marquette this year. That ball knocked out of bounds, going to stay the same way, but Marquette, the fourth least experienced Power 6 team in the country this year. That means there's a lot of guys here who haven't seen a lot of floor time, and watching what they've done over these first couple of months is eye-opening.
Well, got to keep in mind, their whole starting five is all sophomores, and then their sixth man who comes off the bench, David Joplin, is a sophomore. So you got 6 young guys as your core.
It's going to be a shot clock violation, back the other way.
Now you see Marquette is trying to extend their defense out and keep Dixon out of the game, and so far Dixon has been pretty much neutralized, and when you do that, certainly improves your chances because he's a big part of their offensive load.
Kolek can't hit it. Good position for the rebound for Whitmore. Villanova's already turned it over 6 times. They only averaged 9.9 per game. Daniels forced that way inside and then was there for the putback.
Well, just the aggressive mindset of Daniels. He knew he missed the first shot, so he followed it up. And the strength, the aggressive approach, part of what makes him such a tough player.
Prosper up on top. Villanova's doing a good job on the glass. Out-rebounding Marquette 13-5 here in this first half. Longino finds the open man. And now Slater off the extra pass, drains the 3.
That's a snapshot of Villanova basketball at its best. Swing, swing. It starts with the penetration, and then the extra pass with a wide open 3.
Gold nails the 3. And Gold is right back.
Gold, a freshman, 6'10" from New Zealand. Gives them some versatility off the bench, and he's a guy that they really are high on. More of a face-up guy.
They tried to deny the basketball to Dixon, ended up knocking it over the end line. And it goes back to Villanova when we come back.
And the Wildcats starting to really get settled in here, and their leader, Daniels, their senior, to keep it from getting down low so easy.
1 junior, 8 underclassmen playing for Shaka Smart, and they've already won 10 games. There's a freshman, Mark Armstrong with the basketball, and now Longino down in the corner.
There's that double again. They showed a double on Longino and caused a turnover.
That was a giveaway, and somehow Slater got back to ruin the shot.
Great job sprinting back, doing exactly what Coach Neptune wants, to sprint back in transition. It's a foot race here, and Slater just chases him down. That's a great block for the senior, one of the more athletic defenders on this Villanova team.
Villanova's now turned it over 7 times. That did not result in points, but Marquette keeping the basketball. Joplin up on top. And Longino, good position again for the rebound.
Yep, maybe smaller, but he's got the angle in the inside position to put a body on gold. Nobody crashing the glass for the Marquette team again.
As a team, Marquette's been out-rebounded on average per game for the season, but Villanova has more than doubled them up here in the first half. And that is an experienced veteran guy who sold that foul that was called on Stevie Mitchell.
Yep, Daniels, he knew that he was going to get Mitchell off balance, so he just kind of paused for a second to get him in the air and draws the foul. And Caleb Daniels, talking to Coach Neptune yesterday at practice, he said he has become a real vocal leader. And leadership really comes from 3 guys. It's Caleb Daniels, Eric Dixon, and Brandon Slater. The 3 seniors, and then obviously Justin Moore, who's not playing yet with an Achilles tear, but they've got great leadership here. And this young man right here, Daniels, has really emerged as that vocal guy, the transfer from Tulane. Redshirted his first year, got a sense of what Villanova basketball is about, and now he's been kind of emerged as the star leader along with this young man right here, Justin Moore, who is working his way back, Scott. Looked good yesterday in practice.
Full court practice for the first time this week. The Achilles injury came in the Elite 8 right before the team went to the Final Four. Will he play this year? Still to be determined. That is one heck of a shot, and the putback for Mitchell after Kolek almost got it to go down.
One of the few offensive rebounds by Marquette, and Mitchell just cleans it up. Nice job by the sophomore, scoring, uncharacteristically scoring more than he's used to.
Slater quickly there to clean it up after the alley-oop went awry.
Marquette changing their defense in the zone now. First time we've seen that.
Iguodaro has been quiet here in this first half, but a good feed from a guy who's 9th in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio as Stevie Mitchell pays it off.
And he's not only 9th, he's the only guy at his size that's in that top category for assist-to-turnover ratio. And Iguodaro, his best asset is his passing. And how about Stevie Mitchell making another play, cutting off the weak side for another basket?
He's the leading scorer in this ball game right now with 12. And there's another deflection for Marquette.
And Marquette is doing work by getting into the paint. Paint touches allow the defense to collapse and create scoring opportunities. Here's Mitchell just cutting back door, again, from the backside of the baseline. Slater lost sight of him, and he was able to get straight to the rim. Marquette changing their defense up. They're going between a zone and a man. They're now back in the man-to-man. Previously, they were in the 3-2.
That's Whitmore and Dixon, an offensive rebound. Longino's open. Got it from 3.
Longino is giving them a lift off the bench. His length, his scoring ability, and timely shot making, giving the Wildcats a little bit of a cushion here. 6-point lead.
And Joplin just lost the handle of the basketball for a turnover.
Nice job by Whitmore, cutting off Joplin and making him turn that over. And an extra pass by Armstrong. He knows he's got his shooter at the top of the key, and just one extra pass can make all the difference.
6-point ball game, 5 minutes left to go here in the first half.
There's a little staggered screen here.
That's a pretty move, and Armstrong couldn't quite get the offensive rebound.
Good challenge by Marquette, putting bodies around him.
From long range, bang! Cam Jones once again from beyond the arc.
It's too easy, and they thought that Prosper was going to roll off that screen, but he didn't. And Cam Jones is the kind of guy that if you have your hands down, he's going to make you pay.
Dixon taking it down low, kicking it back outside. There's your extra pass times 2. Great defensive adjustment, but it doesn't matter.
And this great basketball by Villanova, all created by the double from Eric Dixon. That triggered an advantage for Villanova as they continue to move the ball hot potato until they got the high percentage shot. Villanova switching everything on the perimeter.
Great job by Longino getting a hand in the passing lane, and Marquette is going to keep it, but every pass right now, every play is contested.
Ball movement at its best, and the penetration is making it easy. The freshman to freshman, Armstrong to Whitmore. A lot to be excited because it's not one shot or one player creating off the dribble. It's from ball movement, reading the defense. That last play was a great example with Villanova when Dixon created the double team, and then it was a swing situation that allowed a layup or dunk for Whitmore. So ball movement very important. Also reading the defense as well.
Jones catch and shoot on the 3. He got another.
Wow. Man, he's got so much arch and so much range that you got to get out and put a high hand and make him put the ball on the floor. That's his 3rd deep 3. You got to make him a driver, not a shooter. Back in the 3-2 zone. They had some success with this. Let's see if Villanova can attack from the top of the key or in that mid-post area or high-post area.
Daniels wants it from the top, and he got it.
You got to pull him out, and that's a good way to do it. Daniels steps up, and they're more than capable of stretching the defense.
Look out! Jones with the hot hand, his 4th 3 here in the half.
He's just too comfortable. He's unbothered right now and playing in a nice rhythm. Again, another situation where he's just catching and shooting, and they're looking for him now, as they should. He's got the hot hand.
Daniels tries to answer, not up to the task.
Cam Jones so good with or without the ball.
Can he do it again? That time just off on the 3-pointer. This has been a very active game on both ends of the floor. Slater catch and shoot. Oh my, big time rebound for Daniels.
That's one of the advantages of playing against a zone. It's easier to offensive rebound. Daniels comes in from the weak side.
And Slater is fouled on the way in by Cam Jones. He's going to the free throw line.
The footwork by Slater. And when he got his back foot behind the defender, that gave him an angle to the rim where he could go straight up and draw the foul. And this young man Slater, another part of that 3 senior trio of leaders. And what a jump he's made from a freshman role player, got better each year, to now being part of the core leadership team for Kyle Neptune.
And Slater, foul shots. He's a 93% free throw shooter. Villanova, like last year, leading the nation over the course of the first 13 games in free throw percentage coming into this game. They led the nation last year. They set a record last year. One out of 2 for Brandon Slater in a 3-point game.
Marquette plays with a lot of pace with their game in the half court as well. Cutting, screening.
On the outside, Chase Ross, the freshman, with the miss from 3. Longino couldn't quite get extension to get that shot. It's almost like he wanted to take it back because it was leaving his hand. Iguodaro's posting up. Double team coming. They knock it away, and it's going back the other way.
That's just a great read defensively with the double coming. They waited to double him, when Iguodaro put the ball on the floor, you watch Longino just come down and strip the ball with Dixon, and it goes off of Iguodaro. And sometimes when you know you're going to get doubled, Iguodaro, you got to make a quick, decisive move and think, realize that someone is likely going to come back from behind and try to trap you.
And there's another slip, and that's going to result in a traveling violation. And then you wonder about the moisture and condensation situation on the floor.
Yeah, we've seen a couple slips right in that same area. You need to watch that.
8 turnovers in the first half for Villanova. They average just under 10 per game. Under 90 seconds left to go in the half. It's been a well-played half.
It sure has, and certainly this is what you expect in Big East basketball. Both teams fighting for a win. Marquette trying to get a win on the road.
Joplin, big take to the hole, blocked away by Slater. And Slater came down hard on, looked like the tailbone area. The foul call is going to be on Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, it was a fake handoff by Joplin, and he froze the defense just a second to get to the rim, and Slater took a hard fall on the backside. It didn't feel good.
You ever take a hard fall on the tailbone?
Yeah, it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. It doesn't feel good. Joplin, 6'7" sophomore from Milwaukee, local kid. He's a 6th starter, is how they view him. And he comes off the bench and is instant offense. Another double-figure scorer, shooting 44% from 3. Most of his action today has been from 3. That was the first time he took the ball hard to the rim and drove it.
He had 21 points against Purdue, all in the second half of that game.
There's that full court pressure. They like to do this off of dead ball situations and foul shots.
Bad trap. That double team, he's been seeing it all day. The trap down in the corner. Villanova runs away from it. Now they've got 12 left to shoot. Dixon will shoot it and hit it.
That's what makes him such a tough cover, because he's not just a back-to-the-basket guy. He can stretch the floor with the 3, and that all came out of beating the trap. Finding the open man.
Inside, chance at a 3-point play. He was just relentless, taking it right at Chris Arcidiacono.
Well, he just was determined to get to the rim, and the probe dribble, the pivot, and the use of the pivot with the angle to draw contact. And Kolek, sophomore point guard, very impressed with this young man. Watching him on film, really sees the floor, leads the Big East in assists. Shaka Smart told me yesterday that he's the highest IQ player he's ever coached, along with him and Iguodaro. Both of those 2 guys he puts in the same boat.
Off the miss, tip controlled by Villanova.
They can try to.
They're going to take a timeout here. They've got a 7
started, and you got to be excited about the direction of this Marquette program now and also in the future, because they're only going to get better. They like playing together, and Jones has the ability to go on a 30-point barrage at any given game.
Villanova's going to take it all the way down on the shot clock.
Look for a screen at the top of the zone.
There's your screen. Pick and pop. Got it.
You said it, Scott. Pick and pop. And there's nobody better at Kolek with the ball. And they usually try to involve Iguodaro. He's a very good screener and a short roller. Also a very good passer.
They've got 13.9 coming in. They've got plenty of time to run whatever this set is. Long range, 3-point, no good. Fight for the ball, and Longino's got some time. Got it to Daniels. Check this out at the buzzer. Nope. And that will do it for the first half of play.
Well played by both teams, and certainly Kyle Neptune's got him, but he's been kind of neutralized. A lot of it has to go to the credit of Villanova, making him more of a perimeter player, and Dixon's been pretty physical with him as well.
As we told you before, there is a little bit of a magic number. It'll be hard for Villanova to do it today with Marquette at 39 points, but if they can hold the opponent under 70, this year they're 7-1. The last 2 years, 31-3. And they extend the lead on the first play of the second half.
Great play called out of the half. Kyle Neptune designed that because he knew that Marquette was going to overplay the wing. Slater set it up with the back cut.
Deep in the corner, and Daniels skying over everybody for the rebound of the miss by Mitchell.
And Villanova seems to be comfortable with allowing Mitchell those free looks based on the percentages. Even though Mitchell had 12 points, he's getting a lot of wide open looks. They're more keying on Cam Jones than Mitchell.
That's a good pass down low, and in traffic, Dixon got it on the rim, couldn't get it to fall.
Well, they doubled him, and that was a good adjustment because you can't allow Dixon to be one-on-one. And as Shaka said earlier in the first half, they want him to see bodies.
Kolek the miss, Whitmore the rebound. Daniels on a step back. And Kolek uncontested for the rebound.
Nice job by Prosper using his length at 6'8". to kind of neutralize Daniels.
You know Kolek's looking to pass first, and he does. And Mitchell, again, got it on the glass. Again, they can't get it to fall. Marquette scoreless in his first 2 minutes. Little Euro step and a great block by Iguodaro.
Iguodaro, known for his length, averages about 1.8 blocks a game. Here's Whitmore again in the open court.
And Arcidiacono with the tip in.
Just good hustle by Arcidiacono, and that's what he's on the court for, to manage the game, control tempo, and anytime he scores, it's just gravy. He's not out there to score the ball, but it's an added bonus when he does.
Wide open look in the corner, and rattles home. So Stevie Mitchell, who averages 6 per game, now has a new career high.
He's just playing, reacting. He's not looking for a shot, but when he's wide open, he's taking good shots and making good decisions.
And he got himself a steal. And 2 more, 17 for Mitchell.
Playing the game of his life in front of his hometown. As you said, Scott, from Reading, Pennsylvania, and defensively, that's why he's on the court. That's why he's in the lineup, because he gives them a different kind of intensity. He usually guards the opposing team's best player and very good perimeter defender. He's trying to guard Dixon here. They got a mismatch.
Whitmore came flying right down the lane, and Dixon saw him.
A great cut by Whitmore. Underrated part of Dixon's game is his passing, and he's always looking middle when he catches the ball post. Saw Whitmore cutting straight down the paint.
And a little floater. Everything is falling for Stevie Mitchell.
He's just playing the game and reacting and looking for his shot. It's opened up things for his teammates, because now they're going to have to respect his shooting.
What'd you say, he's got 50 people here?
Yeah, 50, 5-0. He had to borrow a ticket from some of his teammates.
But Dixon answers back on the other end, and it's Nova by 7 again. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Tyler Kolek. You saw the arm extend, and that's where the call came from.
Sophomore Stevie Mitchell making a name for himself on the defensive end, which is what he's known for.
Being held up during every huddle. Deflections, 21 of them so far for Marquette. Why is that so important to Shaka Smart?
Well, it just shows you're being aggressive. It shows you're being in the passing lanes, and you're causing disruption on the defensive end. They have a goal to get 32 a game, and right now they're more than halfway there. and they're averaging about 36 a game. So certainly you got to be happy with that part of the game from a defensive standpoint.
He's the man who originally brought us havoc at VCU. Constant pressure defense. I asked him before the game, is this group ready to play defense the way you want it to? He said, not quite yet. Some of it has to do with what they have to do and learn about conditioning. But the talent is there, and he believes they can get to that point. And they just created a turnover again from Villanova.
Yep, and he tried to call a timeout, Longino did, but he shuffled his feet before he could call it. And a nice adjustment. Shaka Smart, you never know what he's going to do out of timeouts. This is a run and jump here, and nice trap. And Joplin was the catalyst there in causing that turnover, but Longino definitely was not expecting that double team and got calls for the turnover.
Villanova right at their season average of turnovers for a ball game, and we still have 15 and a half to go. And there's your first points of the game for Iguodaro.
It was well defended by Daniels, but he's just too small, and Iguodaro knew he could shoot right over the top. Got into the paint, and that nice left shoulder jump hook is one of his patented shots. That shot fake that Villanova's so known for, the poise and the patience.
Slater can't get it to fall. Wildcats are shooting 47% though from three-point range.
Switching everything defensively. They worked on this hard in practice yesterday, switching aggressively on the perimeter.
There's that matchup again. Iguodaro's got the size.
They're going to have to help on that because that's too easy.
They're going to throw in the pass. Joplin threw it into the bottom of the rim. And then a foul call on Stevie Mitchell.
That's a play that Joplin liked to have back. A point-blank layup, and has not been many opportunities for Marquette that close to the rim. They put Dixon back in the game, and Dixon will now match up on Iguodaro.
Partner, you're starting to see things kind of ramp up a little bit now as we get toward January. Picture some of this type of action on the floor at the Garden in March. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, man. You know, I can't wait. And it certainly is. The buildup is here. We're not even in January yet. Tomorrow's January, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Good way to end the year.
Dixon way outside. And off the long rebound, Joplin's coming down 2 on 4. That's Chase Ross. Oh, goodness. What a play by the freshman.
Freshman from Dallas. Got good size at 6'4". And he's someone that Shaka Smart is hoping can continue to get quality minutes off the bench. As the Golden Eagles starting to make a little push here. One possession game.
And again, hand in the passing lane. Joplin bringing it down. Lost the handle, but gets it back again. Little backdoor cut. Great pass. Joplin wasn't ready for it. Now it's Ross. Tie game.
And Villanova is starting to turn the ball over a little bit uncharacteristically. That's their 11th turnover, and that was a costly one because it led to a basket, and Marquette starting to play with a little bit more force defensively, getting out and pressuring the ball.
Slater might have taken an extra step, but got away with it. That breaks a 7-0 Marquette run.
Well, the resilience of this team, the Wildcats and their seniors, in particular Slater, Dixon, and Daniels, they're not going to allow this team to make too many mistakes.
Joplin, a pretty move, knifing his way down the lane.
Well, that's what I want to see from Joplin. More driving to the basket. Early on in the game, he was settling for jump shots, but he's more than that. Nice spin move to create some space, and at 6'7", he can shoot over the top.
Armstrong firing through. And Dixon is wide open again, and again short with the three.
The pace is starting to favor Marquette, it seems, in terms of a little faster.
Joplin right at the big man, the lead for the Golden Eagles.
So he's starting to attack, and he knew that he had Dixon on his heels, Dixon tried to go and wall up, but he was able to extend over the top. And Joplin is a different player when he's driving the ball strong to the basket, put pressure on the defense.
Speaking of pressure, that leaves somebody open. Armstrong can't hit it. And Marquette will bring it across with the lead.
Last couple possessions for Nova have been contested jump shots. Now they can make some of those, but you don't want to get too jump shot dependent here. Cam Jones been quiet in the second half, but he's a dangerous man.
And he has his shot blocked by Slater, which is going to bring us to a timeout. But Marquette taking care of business in the middle of an 11-2 run to take the lead.
Marquette with the momentum. Defensively, they have picked things up.
And the bye in the NFC by winning one of their 2 final games.
I spoke to a guy in the hotel yesterday who was a die-hard Eagles fan, and he seems pretty confident that Jalen Hurts is coming back, and he'll be ready to claim that MVP title that he's in the mix for. What do you think, Scott?
I think he's got a very good shot at it. We'll see what happens. 11:21 to go in this one. Marquette an 11-2 run. Their defense leading to their offense as they've come from behind here in this second half.
Great contest by Daniels.
Perhaps not the best shot selection by Joplin.
Let's see if Villanova can get back to getting some paint touches, whether it's through penetration or through a ball movement skip situation where they can get a closeout and get an angle to drive.
Daniels inside. Couldn't get it to fall. Villanova's going to keep it. Remember how much of that 11-2 run happened with Whitmore on the bench. He's back in now off the timeout.
Yeah, good point. And Whitmore has been great today, and certainly I expect him to play the bulk of this last 10 minutes and 52 seconds. Most importantly, he's been forceful with his driving. His athleticism has really shown through.
Whitmore was wide open on a cut on the right side of the lane. They didn't see him. And the rebound comes down to Ross. Kolek was sitting during that run as well. Great ball movement by the Golden Eagles. And the drive. Prosper can't get it to fall. He tickled the rim and fell away. I'll tell you what, this may not be havoc, but you're doing a pretty good impression. Arcidiacono off the miss. And the tipped rebound belongs to Marquette.
Pressure is tightened on both teams, and certainly the shots are not as clean looks. There's not very few clean looks here.
Joplin left it short. Good job defensively by Arcidiacono.
Good ball pressure, good contest.
Whitmore, good look to the wide open Arcidiacono for 3.
And that's another part of Whitmore's game. He sees the floor, a great assist, a cross-court pass. They overhelped on Arcidiacono. He's wide open for the 3. That's a big shot for the Wildcats.
Ross tries for the answer and has it.
Well, Ross has been very, very helpful for this Marquette team off the bench. Coming off a 9-point game versus Seton Hall, which is the most he'd had since 11 points earlier on in the year. This could be a sign of things to come for Shaka Smart, a freshman giving him some quality minutes.
He's averaging 17 minutes per game here in his freshman season. He's got 8 points here this afternoon. 2-point ball game, under 9 to go. Every time Whitmore tries to drive, he's cut off. And on the step back, has it blocked. Shot clock winding down, and that's going to be a violation and a Villanova turnover.
This great possession defensively for Marquette, and Iguodaro showing why he is an NBA prospect. As we see the pass from Whitmore to Arch, and here's Ross with the nice catch and shoot. Again, Kolek with the vision. Another assist, and see why he's such a dynamic playmaker, but defensively Iguodala on that last play. You can't get better than that using that length. Hit the block shot.
52% of their points off three-pointers today. That was ill-advised, and it's going back the other way. Contact, no call. At last touch, Stevie Mitchell.
See what Slater did there? He knew he had he was outsized by Iguodala, so he forced Iguodala to go left. That's scouting report defense. Iguodala doesn't want to shoot over his right shoulder, so he shifted his attention to make him go to his left and force him to miss that shot. Great defense by Slater.
Right now, we've got ourselves a possession-by-possession game. And the drive from Armstrong with authority.
I mean, not too many guys can do that. I mean, that is showing you why Villanova fans are so excited about this freshman, Mark Armstrong. What a dunk.
And an answer at the other end for Iguodala.
Iguodala is starting to be more assertive, and his team is looking for him now. Nice high-low action. Iguodala made himself a target, and that's a big-time high percentage dunk by him. Villanova, they're waiting for Marquette to make a mistake, but they're in attack mode.
Nowhere for Whitmore to go. Lost the handle. 13th turnover for the Wildcats.
Iguodala is giving him problems because he's moving his feet and his length is bothering Whitmore and has forced him into two bad decisions. There's a mismatch. They're going to Prosper. Matchup ball now.
Arcidiacono fought him the entire way, and the late whistle is going to send Prosper to the free throw line.
The game is becoming a bit of a chess match based on matchups, and Marquette certainly starting to use their size between Iguodala and Prosper, and this dunk right here got the crowd rocking. Armstrong, the freshman, and Iguodala said, I can do the same thing, except I'm taller. We got a good game here.
Type 2 diabetes?
Discover the Ozempic Trizone.
Coach, 2013 to 2021. He said the role is different, but I know this community. I know the approach. I know the school. It's a very familiar feeling, but there's one, little bit of a difference when you move 12 to 18 inches down to another chair.
No question. It's a huge difference, but what he's saying is that he has been part of this program, embedded in this program under Jay Wright for 10 years, and he was part of the building of this culture, so it wasn't a much big transition like it was for an outsider coming in, because he's been part of it, and sure, there's more responsibility, but he's embracing it, he's loving it, and he considers himself a caretaker of the program, and these guys believe in him. You can tell in practice that they have totally bought into his message and really are responding well to him as his team has gotten more healthy over the last month.
Pair of free throws for Prosper and a 4-point lead. Villanova led this by 9 early in the second half. And then a key 11-2 run for Marquette. Golden Eagles have answered each time Villanova's come at them since. Nip and tuck, back and forth. Shot clock's winding down. Arcidiacono thought he got hit, didn't get a call. Fight for the rebound, falls in the lap of Slater. That's Longino.
I mean, this is a game of possessions, and Marquette has certainly picked up their intensity defensively. They're rotating, they're communicating, and they're contesting everything. There's been no wide open looks for Villanova.
Joplin's been very aggressive in the second half. Short on the fadeaway.
Longino, nice contest by him, and a lot of contested jump shots here. Let's see which team can get some ball reversal and get an angle to the rim or get a post up.
Again, deep into the shot clock for Villanova. Daniels got it for 3.
With a ball fake by Daniels, gave him a little bit of time to get the shot off, and he's very good off the bounce. with the one dribble pull-up. Big shot.
That is just strength to the inside, and off the miss, loose ball. Arcidiacono first on the floor. The possession arrow points Marquette's way, so they are going to keep it.
It's a Big East battle here. And Daniels, the senior, with another timely basket for Villanova, and he knew his team needed a shot. Created a little bit of space, and he gets up really high off his jump shot. He was working on his shot yesterday after practice, Scott, and one of the hardest workers on the team. He leads by example, but now he's also leading with his voice, and has really come into himself as a senior guy that is been through the battles, and scored a lot of points. Is not afraid to get the ball when the game is really on the line. He wants it.
Spend any time talking to Caleb Daniels, you hear the intelligence and the respect for the game and the program immediately.
Great pass.
And the bank shot for Iguodaro.
Kolek again, so good at seeing the court and driving. Most of his assists come off of him penetrating and drawing two defenders into the paint. That's just a great example of him making a play for Iguodaro.
Last year in this building, it was a tight ball game. Marquette won it by scoring the last 7 points, 57-54.
Marquette doing a good job in that gap. They want to be in that gap to help out on the penetration. They call it load, but it's the same concept where they have help side defense to prevent penetration into the paint.
That one a miss. Teams have gone colder from three-point range. Villanova just 3 for 12 from beyond the arc here in the second half. So Slater will try to work his way inside, and that's going to be a foul call on Prosper.
Very few fouls called here, but it's been a hard play game by both teams.
Foul on Prosper was his first.
These guys are tired. They're playing hard. You can see it. Breathing hard, grabbing their knees. That's when you know the fatigue is setting in.
Tariq, the good news is they're young.
You got that right. Iguodaro is doing a good job of kind of playing like a rover. He's like a safety, rotating over.
Shot clock again down to 5. Arcidiacono, no choice but the 3. Got it. Tie game with 3.5 left to go.
Well, we said it earlier. Arcidiacono's not out there for his points, but there will be times when he's called on to make a pick and thumb, well documented. Now, from September to December, you're seeing a little bit more semblance of what the Villanova program is used to with that competitive nature. But this young man right here, there's a chance he does come back. We don't know, but he is their best player. He is their leader, and they sorely miss him for a lot of reasons. But Kyle Neptune is excited about this team, but you got to remember, it's still a work in progress. They're taking it day to day.
Justin Moore were to come back and play anything like Justin Moore, Villanova would become a very, very dangerous team in the latter part of this season. And there's a steal.
And that was a deflection by Daniels. They call a timeout.
Longino preserved the possession after diving on the loose ball by calling for the timeout. 3:09 left to go. Each possession is a fight here on New Year's Eve.
I remember when I got my first glimpse of the...
Kudos to them, but this next game is going to be pretty good too. New Mexico undefeated now. Richard Pitino. It's got a good thing going there. Jamal Mashburn Jr., one of the top scorers on that team.
There you go, 3-minute ball game.
Execution is crucial now, obviously, with the game tied. Villanova's going to try to run something, I think, get Dixon going. It's been quiet lately. Throwing the double team here.
And double teams have coming all day on Daniels. They reverse the basketball, shot clock at 5. Dixon's got to go. Got his own rebound.
Such a smart player, Dixon. He always knows time and score. He knew he had to take the shot.
And a foul call on Mitchell. We have not seen a lot of foul calls or heard a lot of whistles here in this half. That's only the 4th team foul for Marquette. Villanova's got 1, and we've got 2.5 minutes left to go here in the ball game.
And how about this? We've only seen 13 foul shots in this game. If I'm adding correctly.
Officials have absolutely let him play here today.
Spacing so important for Villanova. If they can get a couple ball reversals, then you get a chance where you get a closeout.
Daniels got it on the rim twice. And the rebound down to Kolick. Coming up on 2 minutes left to go in a tie game.
The two-man action is what they're looking for. Iguodaro and Kolick.
There's your 2 best passers up on top. Kolick forces his way inside. Wanted to kick it. Here's Mitchell, who's had the big day and a career high. And we're going to get a foul call on Longino. As we said, that's only going to be the 2nd team foul on Villanova. And an inbound coming from Marquette with 1:49 left.
I just like the way the game's being officiated. No ticky-tack calls. They're allowing a little bit of contact, but that was a clear foul by Longino.
Down the lane, and an easy 2 off the feed from Iguodaro for Prosper.
That's what makes Iguodaro such a special talent. His passing really stands out, makes him unique. The vision, and good recognition by Prosper, cutting hard to the basket. Good gap, good help side defense. Iguodaro's flying all over the place.
Longino wanted a call, didn't get it. And Marquette with the ball and the lead as we zero in on 1 minute left to go.
Marquette's defensive pressure has turned Villanova into a jump shooting team the last couple possessions.
It's a wide open look, and Mitchell elected not to take it. Down the lane, couldn't hit it. Rebound down to Villanova.
That's where Longino is really effective as a defender with the length.
Great shot fake by Dixon, but good recovery defensively from Marquette. Dixon didn't pull the trigger from the corner, now backing his way inside. The extra pass, Arcidiacono missed it for 3, and Kolick, great position for the rebound. Shot clock is not turned off, but just tenths of a second differential right now, and Villanova's going to have to start fouling immediately because otherwise Marquette can dribble the rest of this game away.
Absolutely, and just what a tough defensive possession by Marquette. Fighting hard in the half court, closing out, chasing down the rebound, and to be on the road and be that disciplined defensively, you got to get Coach Smart
to walk out of here for the 2nd year in a row from Finneran's Pavilion with a win.
Well, they're going to try to face guard and deny first.
They do have timeouts if he can't get it in. Kolick and Jones combined to keep that alive, and they were living on the razor's edge in the backcourt.
Yep, that was close. That was definitely close. They almost forced the turnover, Villanova, and good heads-up play by Jones to tip it to himself and escape. So we go again, and now they're going to try to deny the ball again and try to either get a steal or a quick tie-up.
Remember, Villanova has to foul 3 more times if they don't get the steal. And Kolick's going to use one of those remaining timeouts. In fact, that's the last remaining timeout.
Yeah, just remember, Marquette was picked 9th. So, if you ask Coach Smart, he doesn't care what they were picked. He knows what he has, and certainly everyone else is starting to find out.
Iguodaro gets fouled immediately. Hardly any time off the clock.
Good foul, quick foul, and
he's not going to be the guy they're going to be looking to get it into when you get to foul number 7 because he's only a 42% shooter. Chris Arcidiacono just got hit for his 3rd. That's 5 fouls, 2 more for Villanova. And there's another one as they get Iguodala immediately. The good news for Villanova is not a lot of time is going off the clock.
So now Villanova has to be a little more mindful who they foul. And that's why Iguodala is probably going to take the ball out. Yep, and that's a good decision because he's a very good passer.
Excellent passer, not a good free throw shooter.
And Kolek is an 80% foul shooter. They need a foul. They're wasting a lot of time.
And finally the foul is called. John Gaffney
took a little spill. He's tough, though.
It is a foul with 15.3 to go. It's on Slater. Slater went down.
And took Gaffney down with him.
John went down right along with him. So Cam Jones, who's a 77% free throw shooter, goes to the line with a 1-and-1 right now with 15.3 left to play.
Cam Jones from Memphis, Tennessee. I saw the talent last year when I went to Milwaukee to watch him practice. And I wasn't surprised, Scott, to see the jump he's made this year because he is a shot maker, a shot creator. Good size, is 6'4", very confident.
And his first free throw attempt of the day is no good. Villanova with the basketball.
They have a timeout. They have two timeouts.
And one of them is taken right there by Kyle Neptune with 10.7 to go. So Villanova's going to get a chance to tie or
Iguodala has been huge in this last 7-8 minute stretch with his ability to help off of his man and be kind of a second roving defender. So keep an eye on him as well.
10.7 in the inbound there. Daniels fouled immediately. 8.8 left to go. And his team foul number 5.
And if I'm Marquette, I am certainly not taking any chances. You want to use all those fouls up. Got one more to go before Villanova's in the bonus.
And Daniels is fouled again, and Mitchell just fouled out of the game. So if we see overtime, they're going to be doing it without Stevie Mitchell.
That's a fine line, right, between fouling and being aggressive. I'm not sure Mitchell had to foul right away there, but I understand why he did it because Daniels is a dangerous player who likes to kind of get an angle and drive, but he was far away from the basket. He might have been able to get away with waiting one more dribble before he fouled. Now he's out of the game.
Mitchell goes to the bench with a career-high 19 points on the day. And now it all comes down to this with 6.8 left to go. Marquette by 2. Sticks it.
And they're not going to double him. They're going to play him straight up.
Stepping back. Can't hit the shot, or can he? It's no good, and Marquette holds on.